Alright, map 2 of this pug. It's going to be on Anfractuous. Just saw blue take it 3-1 over red in a pretty close game to the last couple minutes there. Came down to flag standoffs. Now we're going to see Anfractuous, which is going to be really a timing-oriented map. As you can see by the base, not much in the way of the flag. You can pretty much come in and grab and get out very quickly. There's not even much of a base to speak of, really. So these flags are going to be moving a lot. What it's going to come down to, really, is who can time their returns, who can really make the best decisions on the fly and know when to cut off the flag carrier versus coming back to cover their flag carrier. Power-ups can play a big role in this map. Not so much the 100 armor, although it can obviously be effective. You see it right down the middle. This is the most straightforward flag route, so it's right along the natural flag route, as we've seen in a lot of UT maps. The amp right above it, which again we've seen in a lot of UT maps. Out of the way, but equally accessible to both teams. What you will see is a lot of offensive grabs for the amp that go in and just sort of sit in front and take pot shots at the defense. This map is so wide, there's probably half a different sort of distinctive routes you can take through it, and going from one to the other, say right to left, left to right, even top to bottom or bottom to top, takes a few seconds. So if you can juke out the defense, you can sneak across mid pretty quickly. You're going to see a lot of cutoffs sort of in the front of enemy bases, like where this minigun is. People actually spawn here. Not that it's very far from base, but you will spawn here a lot. And so a lot of times you'll have a flag carrier jump right in front of you right as you spawn, and all of a sudden you've just got a minigun or even a shield gun right on top of them. One thing to keep in mind, or one thing to keep an eye on, is going to be what people do with their second offensive player. Generally, you're not going to have two people defending in the flag area. You're going to have one on the flag, maybe one pushed up all the way to your lift, maybe kind of bouncing around this sort of lower rockets area down here. Typically, you're not going to need two people on the actual flag. Because of that, you typically don't need three or even really necessarily two people running in to grab. So it's going to really be a decision that these teams have to make about whether they want to put their offense back and deathmatch around mid, or whether they're going to want to be really hardcore aggressive and just try to control the enemy's flag stand. What you will likely see is a very mid-oriented player for each team, which you might consider the number 3 attacker. Doesn't really need to go in and grab, going to be mostly clearing the way for their flag carrier and cutting off enemy flag carriers in mid. You can play a true mid position in this map. Wow, goes down. You see the spawner with the assault rifle taking down Esco there. He does get in front and take that 100 away. So you see PB kind of making his way across mid. 2 defenders behind him, and one cutting him off again with that minigun right there. It's a big choke point that you're going to see. Ark now heading up his own mini ramp. Got cover all around. Someone's going to need to get back on the flag though. As you see Blimpo getting the grab. He's in a pretty defensible position here. Just needs to get that return timed whenever they jump back onto their flag stand. Denied on the stand and a return at the very last second by blue. You're going to see that a lot on this map. The flag stand is very easy to spam, and so it's difficult to keep the flag home. And when you're coming in for a cap, you're going to just have everyone on your team trying to keep it clear, but you're going to see a lot of last second denials on this map. Blimpo pistoning, misses it, but coming right in his minigun. You see red through the door, already transing ahead to try to cut him off. Rockets coming in from Xios, just runs right into the flag. No one trans to pick it up. And that's how flags get returned. Looks like we got Josh and Sonic on D now. Josh is going to play the lower position down there. May seem a little odd at first, but what you're going to notice is that the natural flag route is going to take people low. So a lot of flag carriers are going to grab and run right up in front into him, where he can use rockets to break down their shield, if not kill them outright. Sonic playing your hit scan position, typical in and around the flag area itself. We're seeing some pushing up. I'm not sure what the timing on the power-ups is. Looks like Danny got a multi-kill. He may very well have that amp in front of him. No, he doesn't. There you go. Goes on a spree right there. A lot of rockets coming out. Actually, looks like Blimpo has that amp. Let's go get his perspective and see what he's doing with it. Not doing much. Danny able to get the pickup there. Only 20 health, though. Coming in his flak. He's got defense chasing behind. DC's caught up to him. He's got 3 red in front of him. He's going to have to double back. Runs right into the enemy flag carrier. He's going to need some cover now. Nobody's on him. 20 health at his lift. Blimpo sneaks around the corner to get that pickup, but he's in trouble too. He's going to go up that lift and buy himself some time, hoping they can get a pickup he could, or a return he could run back and time that cap, doesn't get it. Now he's kind of in no man's lane. You're very vulnerable up top here. 55 health, not much in this case of weapons, or in the way of weapons. Danny gets a nice little pickup right there on the flag stand, saves it just in time to get that return. And you know, that's the give and take on this map. You can sit on your flag stand and be ready for a timed return and instantly cap it, but it's going to leave you very vulnerable to spam coming in from all over the place. And that time it paid off. He took a calculated risk. His teammates may have said, hey, we're going to get this return, we're going to get this return. Knew to jump right in that stand, and you know, if he would have been there 2 seconds later, he probably would have died, but he was able to withstand it, last just long enough to get that cap in. Esco grabbing and going out. One thing about this map, Esco is definitely familiar with this one. It's been played pretty heavily for years and years in 2K4, so he definitely knows his way around this one. Art getting a pick up there. Coming in low, he's got his whole team defending. They've pretty much conceded their flag at this point. But let's see if they just decide to clear out their base and get a flag standoff set up. Like I was saying, you pretty much have two options. You can sit right on your stand and hope to get that timed return, but leave yourself vulnerable. Well, there you go. Does it again, and sort of a mirror image there. Red able to just get that timed return and standing on the stick right at the same time, not allowing the other team. Well, Blimpo now having some ping issues. Not sure what's going on there. We'll see if it lasts. He may have to come up with a sub. I'm not sure who else is spectating in this server, but maybe we can get someone to hop in for him if need be. 100 coming out. Looked like PB got it. Couldn't quite tell. Esco grabbing again, being very aggressive this game. Trying to kill the defense just to extend this run. PB able to get the pickup. Yep, there he goes. Going out minigun, heading towards 100. Not sure what the timing is on that. He's not going to get the pickup this round, though. Nobody covering him. And Blue just converges on him there. So he may have just been trying to keep the pressure on Blue defense, keep them honest. May not have expected to go very far with that. Arc looks like he got the amp in his hands. So really, that PB may have even just been grabbing to distract the enemy team away from the amp pickup. Not sure what Arc's doing here, but finally concedes that he's probably best off just firing as much amped damage downrange as possible. He's gonna run out, gets him mid. Got rockets waiting on it, able to kill him in time though. Goo coming in now. Josh getting taken out by Esco. A nice little cover setup right there. You see rockets coming back around the corner, but they're able to get that pickup. This is another one of those maps, kind of like we saw in Virility. You're rarely going to solo your way across. You really want to take your time, make sure your cover is with you the whole way, ready for the pickup, because you have to count on dying at all parts of this map. At no point are you home free. Been countless games where flag carriers are diving home for that cap, and they die in midair, and there's no one there for the return, or no one there for the pickup, and it gets returned. So you really have to stick close to your cover on this map. We see a typical flag standoff situation here. Looks like they're going to sort of just run around and try to stay out of the way of the enemy defenders that are on return right now. Nice shot coming in from the side though, and Sonic dropped right down on top of him, was just in position there for the return. Nobody was close to the flag carrier there. Blue's come in. Red's going to be able to get this flag off the stands. There's going to be a big fight over it. However, they're able to time that return. Not enough red and blue base during that return to really stop that from happening. So once again, we see it's all about timing in this map. It's all about when you can get those returns and whether your flag carrier is ready for them. There's some safer places to hide during flag standoffs. Certainly up top in the attic area is much easier to defend, and you have 50 armor and vials to stack up on. So you can survive a prolonged standoff easier up there. However, it takes you a lot longer to get back to your flag. Wow, Blue all over the flag carrier there. No one there for cover. However, flag is right back off the stick. I don't know why they cherry-picked that. They were probably waiting on the enemy flag carrier. Dove in front of them. Whenever it went, they just went ahead and picked up that flag. Might as well keep it moving. They're coming back into their base. They have nobody cutting them off that I can see. There you go. You see Blue all over red base now. They're going to get that grab. PB is going to get rocketed from the top, and there's the return. DC cherry-picking now. This is a pretty effective map, actually, for cherry-picking, because what's going to happen is the defense is out of position, and like I was saying before, it takes so long to go from one side of the map to the other and to change routes that if you can sneak across the map, and that's what DC is doing now, he's taking a roundabout, a long path, but it's when that's out of the way and the defense doesn't see you going there, you're going to get all the way across by yourself. So he can effectively tell all four of his cover, all of his cover and all four of his teammates to go back and just defend right now. I'm not sure if that's what he did, but that would be, that would be my move if you're sneaking across the map like that. That way they can hopefully hold the flag down where you just sort of ninja crawl across the map there. almost worked for DC. He got pretty much 3/4 of the way before the enemy defense finally figured out what he was doing. bbanks with the pickup now. He's got Amp with the flag, so he's pretty much the biggest target in the world right now. Able to spam behind him though, getting some damage output here. He does have some cover. He's going to switch it back up to his shock. Smart move. He knows his base isn't going to be saved. He's pistoning back, hoping for this timed return. That timed return took a little longer than he hoped, but they were able to get it in time to take that 2-cap advantage. Not even the halfway point. Like we said, flag's going to move a lot in this map, so it's not by any means insurmountable, but a nice little cushion here given how effective the defense has been on both maps so far in this PUG. Normally 2 very high-scoring maps. I'd say it's about moderate scoring at this point, but the flags haven't been making it across the map as much as we see. They've been off the stand a lot, but they haven't been making it very far. And I think what you can probably attribute that to is very even play by the mid players, because 1 or 2 dominant mid players on either one of these maps who can keep the sides clean for one side or the other can really make a huge difference in how far these flag runs get once they get out of base. Right now we're seeing pretty even. PB is going to get a grab, got no health, hoping Esco is going to get a pickup here. He's going to keep running it himself, pretty much going to count on dying here though. There you go, Sonic taking him out. Looks like Esco's getting caught out of position, but he's going to get this pickup anyway. Throwing down some rockets, hoping to kill the spawners behind him. He knows he's going to get to mid, he's going to get cut off, he knows. Will it be at his flak? Yep, that's where enemy offense is. Red now, able to get this pickup. Xios needs to back out of there. So we see Josh and amped Blimpo coming through. DC cutting Josh off. He's almost down. He's going to run high, pick up some health, try to turn the corner up here. He's probably going to go back in his flak. Yep, that's what he opts for. He's got health in front of him. Cover on him. Really need to take out this minigun, though. It's going to take him down. DC able to get that return. And really, no one from blue and red base there. I guess just bad timing on that return. Red was just sort of dancing around their base and just absolutely ready for that return. They weren't even necessarily on the stick. Nobody in between them and the flag. On a map like this, you have to keep someone in between the enemy flag carrier and their own stand at all times. So there you go. One cap game just now at the halfway point. You can see the scores relatively even. Frag advantage goes to blue, although a lot of that may be suicides as well. See where these flag carriers are going. PB, seen a cross up top, got 100 health or 120 health, no armor. He pretty much knows the defense doesn't know where he's at, or they would have come up there and cornered him. So doing like we saw DC do, where he's sneaking across, probably telling his teammates right now, hey, go ahead and secure the base, go ahead and get our flag back. The defense doesn't know where I am, so you might as well take advantage of that. And there we go, all the way back to his flak before any defenders know where he is. He's going to get back into his base. He can pretty much count on all of his teammates being right there on the stick to keep it clear. That's exactly what happened. That's a perfect execution of a ninja cap right there. And this is one of those maps where it can be really, really effective, whether you're cherry picking or just catching the D off guard. They don't see where you're going. If they guess wrong, you can take these sort of non-standard, unnatural flag routes, get all the way across the map. You see him celebrating in chat on the pipe run there. It's a long, roundabout cap route, but if the D doesn't see you, your team can all commit to keeping that flag home, and you can just waltz all the way across the map untouched. That's exactly what we saw there. I guess you might even compare that to a draw play in football. Blimpo now got a little bit of cover, got a little bit of D. Kind of a little 2-on-2 situation here. Red able to make the most of that and get that return. Still see a lot of pressure on blue flag here. As Red now with the momentum, getting the last 2 caps after being down 3-1. Not sure exactly if they've changed anything up. On the plus side, it does look like Blimpo's ping has normalized, so that's good. We do have Fusion and Corp. We do have a couple spectators that could jump in if need be, if something worse comes to worse here. Oh, Danny now getting body blocked by a teammate. His piston gets stopped before it goes anywhere, but bbanks with the amped LG in mid. Clearing the path now. Suarez, that's Danny, aka Pulse, coming in high into his base. Knows he's going to get cut off. Smartly takes his time, having patience, letting his cover take all of the damage while dealing their own damage. His cover's going to respawn right next to him anyway, so might as well let them sort of run out and be the little zerglings for you. Oh, now Danny getting caught off here. He's got, there you go. You see cover behind him, but No one close. So if he would have gone down there, that could have been a return. But they're in position now. They're ready to go. They're going to go basically back and forth. These ramps on either side, the minigun and flak ramps, are very good places to hold off during standoffs because they're easy to defend. But they're not quite as far away from the stand as the attic. As you see, red there in good position to keep that flag stand moving, even as blue got the return. However, they're going to go down. Blue doing a good job of getting back, and everybody preparing to clear that flag out and convert that standoff rather than leaving anyone forward trying to cherry pick or anything. It's good fundamentals right there. Blue able to pull back ahead. Heard amp taken. Let's see if we can get on it. There you go. DC with the amp. Only 55 health though. Only 10 health. It's going to go down instantly. 6 minutes left. Still a wide open game right now. One cap advantage can disappear very quickly in this map. Although, like we said, hasn't been particularly high scoring by Anfractuous standards. Flags have been getting caught in mid a lot. As you see, another pipe run attempt right there. It almost worked for DC earlier. It did work for PB later, but gets runs into a learning computer there, as it looks like they understood what was going on that time. Then and now, dancing and juking his way, running with the minigun. Can be effective in this map because most of the people you're playing against are going to have less than 100 health, which means that virtually any weapon in this map is viable, even all the way to shield gun primary. We saw that assault rifle killing an EFC earlier. Everyone's running around this map with so low health that you can take them out with really whatever's in your hands. Red now able to get that. Oh wow. Red now in position to get that pickup and extend that, but they couldn't get it moving any direction. They just got spammed to death right on the flag stand. And now you see blue taking a 2-cap lead. Red now is going to need to start thinking about committing a little more aggression to tying this game up now, because they're down 2 caps with 5.5 minutes. It's not panic time yet. They need to start getting these amps. They need to start getting these power-ups. But you're down 2. You can't count on taking your time too much now, because a lot of these protracted, a lot of these, like the pipe run that we saw him attempt again, a lot of these relay runs that you see, they take a lot of time off this clock. You can run for a couple minutes on this map before going flag to flag. You can take the roundabout paths. Blue flag, they're keeping it off the stand. They're keeping it moving. I'm not sure if red has actually pulled a defender, but they're definitely keeping the flag in their hands. PB having a lot of luck getting up to the attic with the flag, but the defense has kind of gotten wise and been cutting them off. What I'd like to see red do now is, rather than cherry picking and constantly running the flag, they need to choose their cherry picks wisely. See, they cherry picked there and they were able to get out to mid, but now they need their cover to push up and get some kills here. Flag's just sitting there. Let's see who gets here first, blue or red. So you see a kill coming in right on the stand there. Esco with the flag at the last second, able to get it across, just trying to extend it. And does the job as the flags are still gone. Blue base is an absolute hornet's nest right now as everyone desperately trying to return the flags. If blue can cap here, it'll pretty much be the game. Able to extend it, nice flak ball straight to Blimpo's face. Arc now ready to cap. Wow, what perfect timing there. You see Arc had gotten right in front of the blue defenders there and knew that he had empty space all the way home, and all they had to do was keep pistoning and hope that his team got the return, and they returned it just in time for him to get that. So PB now gonna try this. Goes out pipes. He decides not to stay pipes. It's a long route, and he had been getting cut off by the D before. He does, however, get back into base. His whole team now is basically going to be fighting a 4-on-4 deathmatch right in their base. He's walking up to a stand. They're going to get this. Oh, a denial right on the stand. Another denial right on the stand is. Wow, blue able to get that return at the very last second. Everybody's suiciding back to base. Flags are reset. The game itself is basically reset here. It's a 1-cap game with 3 minutes left, and everyone's back in position. Red's got a lot of momentum. They've been keeping the blue flag moving. They've been getting it across the map a lot more lately. As Esco with a nice piston dodge right up top. It's not an easy move to make, especially when you're getting shot around. Esco with a double kill right there, pushing himself high through amp. He's going to get cut off in the front. Pistoning back to base. He's going to go down. Let's see what the defense can do. Oh, bbanks ready to grab that flag. Now he's moving it for blue. Blue doesn't need to cap anymore, so all he has to do is survive. He might even decide to slow up. I know if he gets this cap, it'll seal the game, but I would like to see him be a little more conservative and just sort of run out the clock a little bit, because he knows red's going to be there to cut him off However, he does have two covers sitting right on top of him, able to get that return. And of course, right as I suggest something, he does the opposite, and it pretty much ends the game right there. 2.5 minutes is plenty of time, in theory. But the way that these flags have been staying home, and the way that Blue's been cutting them off in mid, very difficult to foresee them getting basically two runs in a row across the map. So bbanks running around, taking that amp on cover, going on a spree. Again, they don't even necessarily need to cap anymore. They just need to keep that red flag moving, because that will keep the red team from being able to possibly cap no matter where the blue flag is. Let's see where these flag runners are. You see Danny trying to go high, take that pipe again. That seems to be the flavor of the day. We did see it work 1.5 times, maybe 1 3/4 times there. Everyone wants the pipe cap. Danny now 125 health. Got some armor, gonna pick up some more vials. Doesn't need to cap, just can dance around as long as he wants to. Can go up and down that lift and play Ring Around the Rosie. Minute left. Pretty close to sealing the deal right here. So we see these flags still back in base. Blue flag clear. Red flag needs more pressure on it. I'm kind of surprised we're not seeing 3 to 4 blue. Or excuse me. Yeah, I'm surprised we're not seeing more blue attacking red flag to at least keep it off the stand. Especially in a map like this where one dedicated offense can do that. I know it's tempting to drop everyone back to D, but you need at least one attacker. And here you go. You see blue now getting that flag moving. 45 seconds left. Pretty much impossible at this point. Let's go ahead and check the stats. So we see, let's see, a couple hundreds coming in there. 100 armors are pretty spread out. Not surprising in this map. It's such a wide open area, and it's in a very natural route at the bottom of the map. So you see a lot of people picking it up basically incidentally, like they don't even necessarily have timing on it. So not surprising to see hundreds spread out across the players. Blimpo with 4 amps. Sonic again with more hundreds than anyone else, so he's doing a good job holding down mid for blue. 5 double damages for bbanks. So what you're seeing is blue had for sure the majority of hundreds, and or excuse me, the majority of the amps and the majority of hundreds for that matter. So you know, it really comes down to timing as always in this game. But in this map in particular, if you can get those amps and those hundreds, can sometimes be the difference between pushing your team across. And I think that's what we saw there. So a couple good games all around. It looks like we may be pugging up again, and we'll find out. We'll see you in the channel.